difference between virtualization and Dockerization. These were the architectures. First is your virtualization and second one is your Dockerization. Let's first talk about what is virtual. They have server in the physical that is used to host multiple virtual machine. Then the host OS is the base machine as Linux or Windows. On top of host machine they have hypervisor. The hypervisor is either VMware or Windows. Hyper-V that is used to host virtual machine. You would then install multiple operating system as virtual machines on top of existing hypervisor or guest OS. You would then host your application on top of each guest OS. That's it for virtualization. And now let's talk about what is Dockerization. The server is the physical server that is used to host multiple virtual machines. So this layer remains the same as the virtual. The host OS is the base machine such as Linux or Windows, so this layer remains also the same. Now comes the new generation, which is Docker engine. This is used to run operating system which earlier used to be virtual machine as Docker containers. All the apps are now run as Docker containers. The Docker containers platform is always running on top of host operating system. Containers are containing the binaries libraries and the application itself. Containers do not contain a guest operating system, which ensures that containers are lightweight. In contrast, virtual machines are running on a hypervisor and includes its own guest operating system. This increases the size of the virtual machine significantly, makes setting up virtual machines more complex, and requires some more resources to run each virtual machine. Now let's also discuss what is images and containers. Images containing everything needed to run an application as a container. This includes code, your libraries, runtime, environment variables, configuration files. Now the image can be deployed to any Docker environment and executable as a container. Now comes to the containers. A Docker container is a runtime instance of your image. From one image, you can create multiple containers all running the sample application. A container runs as a discrete process on the host machine because the containers run without the need to boot up a guest operating system. It is lightweight and limits the resources, means your memory, which are needed to let it run. So these were some basic difference between virtualization and Dockerization, and what is image and what is Docker. You get to know about all these things. Now let's jump to the installation section.